Happy Thursday, boys and girls. Happy Thursday, boys and girls, and welcome to our recap. This is our midweek recap, but I actually was celebrating the holiday season with family yesterday, and so we had to move it until today. So I appreciate you guys having giving me some patience and flexibility, and welcome. Go ahead and come on in. As you guys know, we were not able to really have our thorough chat. Hey, Black girls getting their shift together. Hey, lady. Hey, Delphine. How ish? We were not able to really talk last week because Zadia was here, right? Friday, Zadia was here, which was great. But it also meant that Mo and I were, we were trying to give her time to talk, and so we didn't really get a chance to recap the show as much as we would like. So what we want to do today is, number one, talk about what you guys thought about that interview, that what she shared, and then also we need to just get back into the show on Friday, because I feel like there was a lot that we didn't get to talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my co-host in now. Let's get him in. What's going on, Scorpio Moe?
What's happening?
I see you got your cigar tonight.
That I do. Yes.
But you know what? It's because I thought you were going to bring it. We did our pajamas and drinks. I was sipping on my Seagram.
I thought it might have been a little too much. I ain't gonna lie to you.
With the pajamas and the.
No. You don't understand. I had some other pajamas. I was like, they gonna get on my ass, so I'm not gonna do all that. But
did you have was it lingerie?
That's hilarious. No, I was gonna order a smoking jacket with an ascot, but I didn't do it. It was.
I think the ladies would have been fine with that. They seem to have no problem with whatever you bring to the table, so I think they would have been fine. But in any case, we have you to. Oh, he's getting into it. He's into it.
I'm a cigar smoker.
I do know you are a cigar smoker. I
bought a humidor for my place, so that's why I'm able to,
Oh well, congratulations on that. Humidor and all. Okay. All right. Like I said, I think I told you, we talked before, like when we have guests on, we can't really get into the show because we want to be respectful of them. And we've had Sharice on, we had Zadia on Friday, which was her first time on the show. What were your takeaways from the interview with Zadia?
I would like to start off by saying she had a lot to say.
She did. Yeah.
What are my takeaways? She didn't really address the Cam situation to me.
Well, you know what? Thankful to our viewer that came in and asked the question. I feel like we spent so much time talking about some of the other stuff that we didn't really have time to get into that. And then I also feel like she was explaining to us her perspective of it.
Right.
But I feel like I text something. I wrote down something that I think, because I understand she told us that Cam seemed like he didn't like the way he came off either. He felt like it was, he was always saying this same thing about the time and all that, and it wasn't necessarily, that wasn't a true representation of how he actually felt. But I want to read you guys something that I wrote down from one of the other relationship Instagrams that I follow. And it says, I should have put this up here for you guys to see, but it says, when he won't commit, if a guy won't commit, he's not going to tell you to your face the reason he doesn't like you enough. He'll tell you something else. Why won't he just break up with you? Because he does like you. He just doesn't like you enough to want to be with you. And I feel like, because I get, and not just the situation with Zadia, but just overall, women are always like, well, he didn't say. So if you notice in those clips, Zadia says, well, do you want to be here? Do you want me to send you home? And any guy that does like you a little bit or is attracted to you especially I think he does like her, is not going to say, I don't want to be here. I do want you to send me home. But I think that a lot of other things that he's saying that are showing her, or at least showing us, that he doesn't like her enough right now to want to commit all his time. And I don't think it has anything to do with her personally. I think he likes her just fine, but I think his priorities are not on a relationship. Even when she was talking to him about like moving to DC, and she said they talked about moving to Atlanta, I don't think he necessarily just wants to move. He's trying to get started. And if you're trying to get your business started, why would you want to move?
Not only that, but anytime a man pushes you on to other men, or if they're saying, you know, they're pretty sure if that's what you want to do, what else do you need him to say? He's pushing you in that direction.
Okay, I've got to run and get my pizza. No jokes, Mo. I've just got to run and grab my pizza from the pizza guy just dropped off my pizza. Hold on.
But I do think Cam likes her. Let me just say that. I do think Cam likes her. I just don't think, like Christal said, or whoever posted that thing, he likes her enough to commit, right? He wants to date around. He's young, you know. He's probably getting a lot of more of other, and it could be a lot of different reasons. I don't know that brother's reason, but I would say that other people.
Okay, I's back. I's got my pizza. I did not eat all day, and so I had to order a pizza. And of course, the pizza guy gets here as soon as we start this. Yeah. So I think what you're saying is true. I think, in the words of Cat Williams, never in the history of Negrodom has a guy that's ready to make you his one and only told you to go date other guys.
Yeah, I put someone in the direction of other people before, so I know what that is.
Tell us about that situation, please.
She was new in town, and I'm just like, and you know, I know if I'm new in town, I'm not gonna run to the first. I'm gonna, you know, check out my options first, and then if I wind up back to where I started, then I wind up back. And I told them that when they moved to Atlanta, I'm like, hey, you know. And she was like, well, I came here for you. And I'm like, yeah, but actually, they didn't come here for me. They would just happen to be coming in. And they were like, well, just kind of, we can hang out and kind of see how it goes. But I was.
Were you into her?
No. Oh, well, I was into her enough to spend, you know, hang out with her, but not enough to commit. No.
Okay. Actually, it wasn't Negro or Negro, and I'll let you Negro or Negro. I'll let you figure out exactly what it was, Kiki. It was never in the history of. I'm trying not to say that word as much. Yes, that's the thing, and I think that it's funny because when you say to a woman, "Well, I don't think he's just not that into you, or it's not enough," they automatically assume it means there's something wrong with them. I have felt like that before. I remember talking to you and thinking, why is he not doing this or what? And it's not because there's anything wrong with me. He just wasn't the one, or he might not have been, he wasn't the one for me, number one, but he also just might not have been the time where, no, he just didn't like me enough. Let's just say what it is. It's okay.
And sometimes, I don't know about that case, but sometimes it is you. Yes.
And it is just, yes. Somebody he just may not, but that don't mean there's anything wrong with you.
Yes.
Pizza is amazing. It is your pie pizza is awesome. I'm excited. I have not eaten, and I cannot wait until
I remember you telling me, well, what's wrong with this girl? And I'm like, I'm not saying anything's wrong with her. I'm just saying ain't nothing wrong with me.
What? What? You sucking on that cigar, and no.
I'll let you think about what that means.
I know what it is. I know what it means. But okay, well, let's move on. But okay, so the Zadia Cam thing, we don't necessarily agree with how she feels, but I guess we'll see. We'll see throughout. We know there's more to come. There was a lot going on with her and her explanation of Sharice. Now, we had Sharice on and we had Zadia on. Out of the two, who came off to you? Whose story do you believe based on? And you guys tell me in the chat as well. We have both of them on. I know we all have our faves. People have who they think is their favorite or not, or at least most of you guys do in the chat. But I want you to tell me, like, who, if you could just don't go on anything besides what happened on the interview. Who do you feel? Who do you believe was telling the truth? Whose story do you think is closer to the truth? Mo?
I think they both were telling the truth. Nobody said nothing where they contradicted one another, did they? I didn't get that.
Yeah.
No.
Well, with the colorism stuff, there was a little contradiction.
Different. Now that that's kind of unfair though, because she led us into the next episode on some other stuff that she said. So that's kind of unfair, right? If she didn't lead us into, I can give you an answer, but I think we got a surprise coming up tomorrow.
I don't know if I can take too many more surprises, but I wish it would. I wish it was all about the dating and not that. But that is a very real thing. I had a conversation with a couple of girlfriends about the colorism thing, and I think that everybody. I feel like what you said is true, in the fact that they both told their truth, and I think what you guys are saying. Hey, you 7 her 3 is saying is somewhere, the truth is probably someplace in the middle, because I think they're both speaking from their perspective. For me, as a certified brown girl, I feel like I have my card. I'm a card carrying member of the Brown Girl Club.
That you are.
But I've gone to both Miami. I spent more time in LA than Miami. And I'll say this, I feel like with Miami, I don't necessarily feel, I never feel an issue against my skin color, because I feel like there are a lot of men that like now, more than when I was growing up, that do like brown skinned women. Mm-hmm. But I do feel like in Miami, for me as a curvy girl, that's like thick and curvy, that's not my thing, right? Because I'm not going to the beach with a thong. And if I did, it would be a whole problem, right? So I think for thicker girls, and I was LA too, and that could be that I'm speaking from my own. We all have something that's our thing, right? So yeah. Skin color is not really what I feel the most discriminated against in either of those places. I feel like women that are in LA and in Miami, they want a much smaller, less curvy woman, where Atlanta celebrates curves, Houston celebrates curves. So, but that's my perspective, because as a woman that has curves, I feel like that. Zadia is, she's a very beautiful woman, but she's a lot slimmer. Sharice is also very slim. So I think you kind of have to look at it. Everybody looks at it from their perspective. But I know I was talking to two other of my girlfriends that are brown skin, and they didn't feel, one of them just went to Art Basel, right? And she's a socialite. She loves going to parties. She's a clubber, likes to go to the clubs. And she said she doesn't feel like that in Miami, but
right.
And she's very, very slender, but she said she doesn't feel that. I'm not negating what Zadia said, because I do know that there is colorism. Colorism does exist. But I'm saying from my experience as someone that's in the entertainment industry and has gone to Miami and LA on business with clients. So I've gone to KOD, I've gone to Live, I've gone to different places in LA with celebrity red carpets and stuff like that. And it's never really been a skin color thing. It's really been more of a lot of like super conscious on size and then sometimes finances, right? So, you go to LA, them Nicole Murphy, them girls out there, they're it's a plastic surgery situation. It's a whole different vibe than in Atlanta and Houston. So I just want to say that's my perspective of it.
I get that in LA, but Miami?
I'm talking about South Beach. And I'm talking about South Beach.
Right. But even the curvy, I don't necessarily see that a problem in Miami.
But see, that's how we all are looking at it from different perspectives. So I respect that. I will say that I spent more time in South Beach. The South Beach is a lot
Right.
of Latino women that are very slim but may have a fake butt.
Now you say
um,
exotic women might get more favoritism than that might be true. I don't know,
yeah.
but as far as curvy, I just thought that they started that whole thing. It's still part of the South, but you got the different nationalities down.
South, yes. But see, Georgia South, Houston South is different than South Beach South.
Yeah,
Or
but you're only a couple minutes from you ain't too far from Fort Lauderdale, which I know they love curvy.
not, I think curves are accepted everywhere. See, I think we all speak from our own perspective,
I
and,
think
and I think
women,
everybody is right.
I think when those women see those other women, they feel away.
Could be, could be.
I'm just
Could
saying.
be. I will say that I do know that I've even been to, I will not say the person's name because you know them. In the music industry here, I remember this guy was throwing a party. He was notorious for throwing really big parties, and he would have the girls send in their picture
Right.
before you were given acceptance to come to the party. But Atlanta is obviously very much accepting of ground. But in these, for this particular man, he would prefer um, biracial or non-black.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both.
So for me, see, are we talking curvy? Are we talking curves or plus size? I'm talking for me. I think I'm curvy, but I'm not talking. I'm not. So we're just talking not model thin, right? So in Atlanta, the girls that are considered curvy are not model skinny. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. I like wear 8 to 10. So that as opposed to a 2-4. That's okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, so that's what I'm talking about.
I got you.
Talking about. So outside of that, I do think that both of them were telling the truth. I do appreciate the chat's conversation on colorism, right? I appreciate that. But what do you think at the end of that, before we end, where do you think that landed?
I don't know. I got a theory on Zadia's situation. Well, I don't know. Because I don't know her like that. So I don't know her at all, actually. So, but I just think history has a lot. When you follow someone's history on how they grew up, that'll kind of tell you why their view is the way it is.
Yeah.
You know, her being in DC. Well, where she grew up, Atlanta or DC?
Zadia?
Yeah, I know she lived there. Huh?
She said Atlanta.
Oh, well, she was accepted. DC, really, Chocolate City, the original Chocolate City. So, but you start moving to other places and you start seeing people's point of views a little bit different than a city that's predominantly black. It might be a little shock to you that not everybody's feeling that.
Yeah. I will say this. So the girls I was talking to, they both said, one of them lived in LA and she lived in New York. Okay. And she said that she didn't feel any colorism in LA, but she did date outside of her race there. Both of them said that they do appreciate the fact that Atlanta, not only it's not necessarily about preference with men, but it's just about like, I don't have to interact outside of my culture and my community if I don't want to. And I feel,
You say you don't have to?
Yeah, like if you want to just interact with black businesses, you can right here. Okay. And they're both entrepreneurs. So they were like, one of them is very much like, I don't want to interact with anybody besides my community. I don't want to. And you have that choice here where you don't have that choice in LA or Miami. Definitely you don't. You know what I mean? So they were saying that was for them the benefit of like going where they're celebrated, because they feel like they can really enjoy their culture and their community. So, but and it's funny because the one said that she dated outside of her race, but she didn't want to anymore. And so she came back to Atlanta because she really wants to date here. And I was like, to me, Atlanta can be a very difficult place to date, but it's all your perspective. It's all your perspective.
Great point.
So let's go to the dating.
Yeah.
Zadia hasn't really given anybody besides Cam a chance, and I understand. I definitely understand that. I respect the fact that she's not being fake. I would just tell you on this show, I feel like even she was saying it's the best out of the situation that we're given.
Right.
Saying that, right? So I kind of feel like we're not really getting the real. We're getting some made for TV. And is it like, are you ready for a relationship or are you ready for TV?
I mean, to keep going, you have to have a storyline, right?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming, I don't know, that's the reason why they picked, because maybe they had some type of storyline on their actual Ready to Love show. And people were kind of interested in them, invested in them, and let's put them over here. So maybe that's part of it. But I asked her after that, I was like, so it was about the, if there was someone else there, that it was slim pickings. You know what I mean?
That's what it was. So it was slim pickings. So you're dealing with people that you normally wouldn't deal with. You're giving chances to people that you normally wouldn't give a chance to. So that gives us a very subpar experience as a viewer because you're not getting that person's reality, right?
Exactly.
That's the problem for me. I do want to just note real quick before we continue this that Ready to Love is coming back, and Mo and I are going to be doing recaps just like we're doing now. I've already, had a conversation with them. Probably the first week of January, we're going to do a show where we're going to take you guys, introduce you to all the singles. We're not going to have them come on the show, but we're going to talk about all the singles and give you kind of our predictions about what will happen based on the singles. Interestingly enough, they went back to Texas. I believe it's in Fort Worth, which is interesting. But anyway,
basically Dallas.
It is, which is, well, you know what? But they did that with DC and I think Potomac. They went back to back. So it's DC and the Potomac. So they did Dallas last season, and then now we're in Fort Worth. So that makes sense. I just hope it's better than last season because last season was kind of disappointing. But yes, I agree with everybody in the chat that says celebrate the skin you're in. I think it took me, it took me a minute to really growing up, because I grew up in Oklahoma. It took me a minute to really appreciate and love and cherish being just brown skin. And then when I did, I was like, wait a minute, every color for me, and that's not no shade to anybody else. Like, you can love your skin color and your tone and not be hating on someone else. So I feel like when Camille and Zadia were like Brown Girls Club, for the way it was explained, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that, because I'm quick to be like brown girls, brown skin, because that's what I am. Just like I have no problem, but I feel like some people have a problem if light skinned girls did that, or if chocolate girls do that.
I believe nobody will have a problem. They will only have a problem if light skinned women did that.
No, and that's a problem. But that's we'll work that out later. But I try to stay away from the color, because that's not anything any of us can control. You are who you are based on your
hair. Sexy Red, I mean, I'm just saying.
What? Why are we referencing Sexy Red? What's happening?
No, but okay. Can we move on? Because I really want to talk about somebody, because I saw the comments on the last
one. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
I want to talk about Ashley.
Let's do it.
I'm still, damn it, I done saw y'all comments. I'm still rolling with Ashley on this one. Sorry, I'm just gonna keep it real. Because her argument was not necessarily about, she was blindsided. And I think that was unfair. She didn't have a problem with maybe necessarily Donald feeling the way he felt. She had a problem with the young lady, his friend. And obviously you talked to her, but you never mentioned these things to me.
But Mo, when she talked about when she was with him by himself is when he called her DMX, because she was doing, and you and I talked about this. If we're sitting, it looks like we're sitting across from each other. If I'm doing like this, but if you do it back to me. So when he did it, she was like, I didn't do that to you. And I was like, she did the exact same thing. But because she's a woman and she's using her nails, she felt like it was different. He did, when he said, if I did like this, and she was like, I never did that to you.
But what was the context? What was the context of the conversation?
I don't give a damn what this is. What is it? I don't care. So if you may not like that.
So if me and you and I are talking, you and I out to dinner, right? And the waitress just left and she was rude, and you're talking to me and you're animated like that. Is that towards me or is that towards, you see what I'm saying? It was towards the girl. He took it personal.
But but I'm saying that in that scene, it was just the two of them, and they ended up getting into it because he didn't like how she was coming at him. Most importantly, this whole issue with the girl is because he has told the girl what is happening that he don't like.
Yeah, but you done told the wrong one. You supposed to tell Ashley that.
So you don't feel like Ashley has any accountability. You feel like it was all him in this last episode.
Once he addresses her about the issue he has with her, then she takes accountability. But my thing is, why I gotta hear it from her? Now you done made it a whole nother issue.
We agree. I agree that the friend was out of pocket, right? Because the friend really should have told him, you need to tell her that.
That's all.
You and I have had those conversations, and I'll be like, Mo, actually, I don't say tell her. I just say, leave her alone. Leave her alone. Bye-bye.
But what I'm saying is, but if I come to that, whoever she is, or you come to her and I didn't address it first, she's going to have an issue. Well, why you ain't telling me? And you got somebody else, some stranger telling me.
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. I agree that she's going to feel like that. But the reality is Trina says, Mo, you talk to Christal about your dates? Of course. And I've talked to him about my dates because we're real friends. But, for
the record, I barely listen to Christal. But she's right most of the time. But I barely listen to her initially, just so you know.
You know what is irritating is that he really is telling the truth because he never listens. And then he'll come back like a year later and be like, you were right. I'm like, Nick. Anyway, but why don't you listen then if you know I'm right? Like I've been right from the beginning.
I don't know. I'm a man. Sometimes I don't listen. It is what it is. You'll be all right.
In any case, Don did not listen to his friend either. But I think it's more of a problem that Don is talking to the friend, because I don't think you've ever talked to me like you couldn't control the situation or you were that unhappy. If you're that happy, because you be telling me something, I'll be like, are you good with that? But you'll be like, yeah, I'm good. And I'll be like, you shouldn't be. But Don seemed like he really was telling her, because even the complaining about his clothes. And I want to say that too.
I'm gonna start paying attention because y'all pay attention to stuff I never even pay attention to. I know where you're going with this.
Zadia backed up Ashley's complaint that Don was wearing multicolored loafers.
What is the man likes options?
The fact that she said monochromatic was hilarious. Zadia's quick-witted. I like that. I like a quick wit. I do like that. Zadia is all right with me. She's very quick. She's very witty. She's very unbothered. I love that. But how should I say this?
Take your time.
Let me sit with it for a second. Are we assuming that the men enjoyed all the fashions of the ladies? Because to me, when you complain or you throw stones at the way someone else is dressed, then you are assuming that you are always pulled together fashionably, right?
I only had one comment about anyone's female wardrobe. That was it. That was it.
First of all, I will tell you guys this about Mo. Those of you that are trying to holler at Mo, Mo is into fashion, and he appreciates a woman who is very fashionable. Don't
It helps.
you like a fly dressed woman, and there have been some unfly, but you have dated some people that could not dress. Some people that like to bedazzle their clothes.
That is a cheap shot at that woman.
She
cheap shot at that lady.
did she not bedazzle her wardrobe?
She was stuck in a certain era. I'll say that.
Point being,
hey, but
I don't feel like we should be throwing stones at people's fashions, because at the end of the day, that shouldn't irritate you or frustrate you to the point that you tell them like that. There's a right way and a wrong way to tell people. And I feel like with men, if you don't like the way a man dresses, first of all, if you're not going to keep dating him, it don't matter, because you don't have to deal with him anyway. But if you are going to date him, just buy him something different.
But now you're trying to change him. Let him be him. Unless he's open to it, you should ask him first.
That's what his friend was saying, but I just feel I could be wrong, and I'm okay with being wrong. Chat, I'm okay with being wrong. I don't believe in letting him be him. If we start dating and he likes me, I'm gonna buy him a new shirt. I'm buying new clothes. After he buys me some stuff, I just don't feel like, you catch more flies with honey.
I learned a valuable mistake about I don't buy women. I stopped doing that. I let them be them. I bought a woman a couple outfits, and because that's not her style, she's not gonna know what to do with it. Stuff that's supposed to go in the cleaner, she's gonna throw it in and mess it up. She's gonna mix and match it with the wrong. Let them be them, man. That's all. Let people be themselves.
Okay, so would you have dated the loose boots? What would you have done?
Let me be real clear with your friend. No.
That was mean. You didn't have to do that. So wait a minute, because when the girl had on the disco boots, I'm asking because you were bothered by it.
My whole thing, I have a theory about that. If you make, the chances are, because she had several outfits that were kind of like, that lets me know she makes bad decisions in life, probably. So that's the reason why I didn't do that. But I had one. I had an ex that had a bad, it's a sundress that she liked that I hated. So I hid it. And she was looking all over the place for it, to the point I even helped her go look for it, and I knew exactly where it was.
Speaking of that, I'm sorry to get off track, y'all, but this is the funniest thing. You told me that you had a problem with women that don't have curves wear sundresses.
Yes. Well, I've only had one, and yes, I had a problem with that. That is correct.
You said it looked like a curtain.
It looked like an iron board. The cover on the ironing board is comes straight down. And we were walking in. I didn't know, because she always said, I didn't know how bad it was. That's why I learned about sundresses. And then so when we were walking in a restaurant, I walked close behind her. I didn't want to subject everybody else to what I was seeing. But she's a sweet young lady. God bless her. Anyway, continue on with Ashley.
I felt like we should not have, especially because we know we're doing it on camera. And then on camera, we know that people are going to see it.
I don't care. She's in Kuwait. She's waiting a whole nother country. She just got engaged. Congratulations, young lady.
Don't tell her name. She could have gotten.
No, that's why I said young lady. I wasn't going to tell her.
Like, oh my God. What are we talking about?
Ashley.
Yeah, I don't think we should have. You know, he felt like she was just saying all these negative things about him. And I feel like if he had said, I don't like how you dress, or I don't like your, you know, your earrings, I think she would have been insulted.
Okay, but somebody else did say, well, they kind of like hinted about her nails, correct?
She was upset about that.
Right. So, I mean, it is what it is, but my thing is, at least you said something. There's a nice way that you can say things. You have to be mean about
But I think sometimes people get frustrated. And at that point, I think she was frustrated. His friend was dead wrong. But I feel like if it was my friend and he was telling me this girl's talking about my clothes, she said I don't do this, I don't do that, I'd be like, forget her. Am I a bad friend? Could be. No, little booties do matter, and it's not about the little booty. It's not about the little booty.
Listen, she looked nice in a pair of jeans, but
it's just different things fit. Different things complement different.
That's it.
Shapes.
I like the booties. They fine with me. I'm cool with that. But in the sundress, it just wasn't working for her, I'll say.
Yeah, I know that there are different things that I am 5'2" and very curvy, and if I wear something that has a lot of, I don't need you to second any of this. I'm just telling you, Mo, because I know how you do. If I wear something that has a lot of patterns or stripes going around, it can look like there's a lot happening, right? It is too much for me, so I try to I try to stay to where the backside doesn't look like too much is in motion, right? I try to keep a solid on the bottom because I know it's a lot happening there, and I try to keep a solid there. So, you know, I know it's not complimentary. Another thing is if you have a little bit of a mom pooch, like from having a baby, and you wear the high-waisted jeans. I know that that's not my thing. That's not for me to do.
Tell you something. Listen, about some high waist. Like, I learned about women's fashion man, let me tell you, because I have a problem with certain things start and stop. I can't tell inside the high waist jeans. Just putting that out there. Yeah, that's kind of tough. It's a lot going on, and I'm an older man. I do not mind. I mean, I get it. Little muffin top. That's what they call it, right?
Well, I don't think I have a muffin top.
No, not you. I'm just saying when women in general have that. I'm cool with that. If you got a little muffin, we can play with
little pooch.
Yeah, like I get it. Couple kids, not a problem. You know, I'm a smaller man. I'm thin. You just can't show up with a bread truck with me. But some guys like that.
What is a bread truck?
It's way bigger than the muffin top. I'll tell you that.
Moving on, we got sidetracked. Moving on.
Ashley, I just think she was blindsided, and I understood where that came from. And he took it as it was coming towards him, and it really wasn't. She was just expressing herself and venting, and he took it towards him. And I think if he watched the video, watched the playback, then he wouldn't understand that. That's all.
I will say I would not want a man to call me DMX, but that would have. She was like, that was a lot, but I also don't think he meant it in a negative way. I think he meant it like DMX was very no. I'm saying like
passionate,
and I don't think anybody thought DMX was mean. He was just passionate. I don't think anybody thought he was mean. Maybe
I never got that, but
he was passionate and just. I mean, I would hate for a guy to just call me that, but I also don't present hyped up like that.
I mean, she was coming off that, and I just think he took it way too personal. Like she was coming at him. She was
coming at him though.
Well, she was, but what it was for? Like he didn't take. Yeah, I should have said to you first. I was blindsided. You didn't give me a heads up. Like, yo,
he should have told her. He should have told her. So where do they go moving forward? Because we see that he's in the next episode. He's still there. So what are we doing?
To me, it's a done data, man. It ain't. Nah, that's. you know, he ain't feeling her like that. If you can't express yourself to the woman that you like, and you got to go to other people, to me, that's an issue.
That's true. They're not, and then each says they're not compatible. Okay, let's move on to Vernisha, and
Tabari.
And then I want to say I do think that Vernisha would have been cool with Mizell if he had said he did not want to see Sharice anymore. But when she said, "Well, are you still interested in Sharice?" Now, I don't know if production told her to say that. Let's put that out there, because I know that production does that. But if production did not tell her to say that, if I feel like if he had said, "No, I don't want Sharice, I'm just interested in you," I think that she would have went out with him again.
I personally think that too. You're right. You're right. You're right. But because you kind of saw her face when he was like, "Well, I'm still kind of."
Yeah, she was not feeling that. I need you guys. We please need you to go. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you're liking, because we have over 200 people in here having a good time. We need to make sure that we're liking so this video can have precedence. Huh?
Share it to your friends, your co-workers, all that.
Yeah, share. And then I know that we need to we're going to do that after the top of the year. We're going to start giving, we got some gas cards to give away. I got another beauty pack to snap. We're going to give away, because, we are all moving in a great direction for 2024. So we're going to give away some gas cards. And I know for me, driving from where I live to Atlanta, I definitely need gas. So I'm sure wherever you're driving, you could use the gas as well. But you have to be subscribed to do that. But anyway, back to Vernisha, and so Mizell is gone, hopefully not to return. But I feel like they had a good date with Tabari. I feel like it was a little bit. I feel like he brought his mother a little too quickly. What do you think?
I actually think that softened her up a little bit.
It did.
Hurt, but it softened her up a little bit. He made a connection.
Because she really was like, "Oh, he's serious."
Right. And you not, so you bring your moms in, then this is going to tell how you really feeling. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I wouldn't have done it, but I'm not mad at that. I'd have brought my cool ass aunt. I don't know if I would have brought my mom.
I also felt like DC, yes, I will be reviewing the new Queen's Court, and that is going to be a whole shit show. But yes, a shit show. Yeah. Foolishness and folly is what I say about that. But hey, I'm here for it. So I don't know about Vernisha and Tabari, just because I don't think the connection as of yet is strong enough for her to travel from Houston and him to travel from New Orleans. I just don't see that as being, I don't see it as being strong enough. I feel like it made for a great show. I feel like with all these ladies, I don't really feel like anybody's connection is strong enough. We're going to get into the one that I think will go on, but I just don't feel like they're strong enough for them to actually make any moves. Ready to Love, make a move. I feel like this was a starter season. And I feel like people are looking to be on TV and and one of the things that Zadia said is like, Ashley's entertaining. Okay, so that's what they're doing. We're not really seeing real love connections.
Thank you. That's a great point. I like that.
I don't really think that Vernisha and Tabari is a love connection. I feel like it's enough to get you through the season. I do think that Zadia and Cam have a little bit more of a connection. I don't see any connection between Vernisha and Tabari, and that's why I said I thought it was kind of soon for him to bring his mom, because it just doesn't feel like they really are vibing. I felt like she was vibing more with Jabari, even though they weren't supposed to be together.
So if Jabari's, was it this lifestyle, or was it his lifestyle? I'll leave it at that.
I gotta put that as hilarious. Kiki said panties dry, but I like Tabari.
Interesting. Okay.
I understand exactly, and that's very good. Very good. I think that I just don't think I think that Jabari, it was definitely the lifestyle, but I think as far as like personality connection, they had more of a personality connection. I don't see a personality connection with Renisha and Jabari at all.
So let me ask. So if that's the case, then I would raise the question: Is Vern really ready then?
I think she is, but I think it goes back to what Zadia said. Like they're doing what they can. They're trying to make chicken salad out of chicken.
Right, I got you. I got you.
You know what I mean? So I don't think that's really who she would date if it wasn't this show.
So
And
give me the character of a man that you think that she would date. The character.
Well, I think it's unfortunate that the guy that was on Ready to Love with her that she was coupled with was on some BS, because they actually had a great connect. They had a great chemistry. His name was Joel, and they looked good together. Like he just, he wasn't ready. But I think they had a great chemistry. You didn't see that, but the rest of the chat probably did. And you said, and Caramel Fox said Mizell, and you said Mizell too. I could see, I don't know, but I feel like Joel was a rapper. He was a New Orleans, kind of like a hot boy. He was attractive, very in shape. Like I can think he would, as people say, match her fly. They fit aesthetically together.
How low was he?
Around her age.
Okay, so you got Mizell, who's what, 54, 55?
Yeah, I'm 54, I think.
So if you got that guy with that same swagger but more reserved or more seasoned, wouldn't that be a better fit, right?
I don't think, because Mizell is a counselor. We say he was a dean, a counselor at the school.
Yeah.
I think she needs somebody that's like got his own business. Like if I could this is what I'm gonna do. If I could hook Vernisha up, I would probably hook her up with definitely a guy that's an entrepreneur, that's been doing it for a while, that's not conventional, that's not conservative, that has a lot of little street swag to him, but is done playing. Like say he's like in his early 40s, he's overplaying. He likes the fact that she's beautiful and she's an arm piece, and she makes him look good, but yet he got a little bit more swag than Mizell.
So swag matters then.
For some women, yes. I think for Vernisha, yes.
Okay.
Now Ashley, I think that Ashley needs somebody that is definitely more calm than she is. She's in her mid 30s. I think she could be with someone that's like in their early 40s. I think I don't think it would be a bad thing if he was not an entrepreneur. I think he could be somebody that is settled, knows who he is, and is able to make her calmer, and kind of add the consistency to her kind of going back and forth. I feel like with Vern, I felt like Joelle was kind of like what girls would consider fine. I think Ashley needs someone that's very attractive, but I don't think she needs all that street swag that I would give Vern. And I would give Vern one that is over it, like not one that's out there in the streets now, but one that been there, done that. He got a little flavor to him. Ashley, I think I would agree with you, Caramel Fox. She probably she don't need a husband no time soon. But I do think that she could deal with somebody that's stable and not a preacher. Maybe stable and fun. She needs somebody to make her laugh, and so she don't have to always be the one trying to make everybody laugh. She needs somebody that's outgoing and fun, but yet knows who he is, and is really into her, but also brings her up to a level of like, okay, this is what it is. I got you. Makes her feel calm. Every woman needs a man that makes them feel secure. That's what we all need. Let's see. So, and then we're going to go to Zadia. I actually think Zadia needs someone like Cam, just probably like in 5 years. Like,
But is Cam going to be who he is in 5 years?
I don't know. I'm saying it don't have to be him, but it could be a man that is very, very entrepreneurial. I think Zadia is attracted to the fact that he got a lot going on. He's very ambitious. I think that's attractive to her.
That's the problem. All of y'all want entrepreneurs. No man.
Not everybody.
But
I don't.
Well, you said what's the name does it? You
I
said
just said Ashley does it. I don't think that's
right.
a big deal with Ashley. I don't. It's obviously not a big deal with Sharice. I think Sharice needs somebody like Maurice, a lawyer who likes the finer things in life. A lawyer, a doctor. Now, Sharice on her season prior, she said she used to date athletes.
That's not an entrepreneur. What are you talking about?
No. I'm saying I don't think that Sharice cares about the job. I think she cares about the lifestyle. So she dated ball players because ball players have the lifestyle. You're gonna be at the court.
So is that what we dating for now? Lifestyle, not.
I said Sharice. Sharice. I'm talking about the ladies individually about what they would want.
Okay.
Sharice likes lifestyle.
Okay.
I don't think she cares about entrepreneurship. I think if you have a corporate lawyer who is making 7 figures, she's fine. She's fine.
Then you might as well be an entrepreneur if you make a 7 figures.
No, there's a lot. In fact, some entrepreneurs aren't making that much because if you ever seen the overhead for an entrepreneur, you got payroll. You don't always make that much money. But see, a corporate lawyer, the money comes to him. A pharmaceutical rep at a certain level, the money comes to them. Like they're not, they don't have all the bumps and bruises that an entrepreneur like Cam, he's going through growing pains. Entrepreneurs have highs and lows. A corporate lawyer don't have that.
So with none of these women
don't have that.
The man, I'm trying not to say the NIWGA, but the man that works at UPS don't have a shot at, and FedEx don't have a shot with none of these.
With these women, no, they're on reality TV. There's nowhere. Now, I would say this. I think Vern probably would be the one that would be open to the man I don't think she doesn't come off as materialistic to me.
Hell no.
I didn't think she would be okay with an UPS worker.
Ashley before that.
I think Vern would be okay with a guy that was blue collar if he was making a lot of money.
Nah, don't see it. I give it to Ashley though.
But what if he had a plumbing business, but he was making like $1 million a year? I think she would be okay with that.
He was making $1 million a year. He wouldn't be the plumber. He'd have a bunch of plumbers that he hired.
But that's what I'm saying. If he had a company, that's what I'm saying.
No, blue collar, the man comes home dirty every day, a little dusty every day. That man. He don't have a shot.
He don't need a girl on reality TV.
I got you. Okay.
I mean, real talk. Because that's not what everybody on reality, the people on reality TV are on reality TV because they want a certain lifestyle.
So it does matter. Okay.
Lifestyle always matters, but I think there are levels to it.
But let me ask you this. If he was very attractive, right?
No. Women don't care about that at this point in life.
They don't. Interesting.
No, you can't it's not the priority. You can have a very attractive man that's broke, and that's only going to go so far.
So, okay.
That's because you got to think about this. These are women that are 35 and up. Where are we eating? Where are we going to the doctor? Where is the house at? I mean, I can't use looks to pay the bills.
You got a very attractive man that let's say he makes about 70,000, right? That's but he's blue collar. He works hard. Then that guy does not cut the mustard. Right?
I didn't say he didn't cut the mustard. I'm saying that he may not need a woman who is making her life on reality TV. Right. Because that woman is probably going to want things that he is not able to accommodate.
Right. So, well, my thing is, a lot of this is supposed to be mirroring real life, right?
Yes.
And when people see this, well, people that are not as confident will feel defeated, thinking, "Well, I can't."
Yeah, but why can't he just not want a woman on reality TV?
No. He's not thinking about reality TV. He's just thinking this
a nice girl.
He's just thinking this is the way women are, period. He's not thinking reality. He thinks this shit is real.
Well, I feel like this is reversed because it's the women that are in control. But you guys in the chat know when we watch Ready to Love, which we're getting ready to watch again in January in a few weeks, the men are very picky. Men are very picky. Everybody's picky. Everybody has a right to their preferences, right? So a woman, one of my friends hit me, and you know him. Business is tricky. So he hit me and he was like, I heard this thing that the more money a man has, the better his woman looks. And I was like, he was like, I didn't realize that. He was like, the woman, the more money a man has, the skinnier and younger the woman is. And that sounds horrible. A lot of girls get very angry over that. And I even saw a post of like all these women that were older that had married millionaires and billionaires. But the reality is we're talking about that is hurtful to women, because when you hear, oh, well, if I'm over 40, the likelihood of me finding a millionaire is lower. The likelihood if I weigh over a certain amount, or if I look at this way, it's just, everybody has preferences and we have to be realistic about it. I don't think that any man should feel bad. I think that we all have to go where, in the words of our good girlfriend Zadia, go where we're celebrated. So if there are women that don't want a man that is making under six figures, then you have to find the women that are. And there are women out there, because I know a lot of broke men that have women. So like we were talking about, and I don't want to that's a whole other topic, but people were talking about social media and the way people were attacking Cassie over being with Diddy. And I'm like, do you know how many women are in domestic violence, abusive situations with broke men? So of course there are going to be women in domestic violence situations.
What is that? I'd rather cry in a Bentley than
that was in the words of Future, which we do not want to quote, because he is definitely not someone.
I don't.
No. I'm just being funny, but yeah, he was like, "You gonna cry in the Ferrari, or cry in the Bentley, or cry in the Corolla?"
I'll say this: there is a I'm trying to be real careful when I say this, but I know with status, money and status, that women overlook things. There is a very popular singer. Oh God, it's gonna get me in trouble. But that has a venereal disease, right? And I know if certain other people had it, they would stay away. But they seem to not mind the fact that this guy has this, and they flock to come see this person, right? And I'm just like, wow. Now they'll overlook it because of where he's at. You see what I'm saying? Is that right?
I think it is equally as hypocritical as, I will say this: there's an actress that has a horrible attitude. I'm not going to give more, because I may want to work with her again.
Okay.
Horrible, but she's beautiful.
Okay.
She's those kind that everybody is like, she's been on a top 10 at one point.
I know you're talking about.
So my husband has a crush on her.
I know you're
so I got into it with her people, and I was like, I called him and I was like, and he was like, what? And I said, we do not like her anymore. He was like, what? We don't like. He still, guys don't care. They know she has a bad attitude.
Yo, but thing, you can change your attitude. You can't change a venereal disease.
That is in her 40s. Attitude's not changing. That's who she is.
No, that's possible. Okay, I can.
See how you're trying to make it right for you.
But
see how you're trying to make it. See how you're trying to make it right.
No, but what I'm saying is,
make it right for you.
Might be that way towards everybody else, but not towards me.
That does not work. Haven't we learned that, Mo?
We did learn that, Christal. God damn it. Yes, and you're referring to me, and yes, I learned it from that lady. Yes, I did learn that.
Bedazzle. Moving on to Charisse and Maurice.
Yeah, man, my man Maurice.
Zadia shared with us. I feel like this. I feel like Maurice and Charisse are a great match, because I feel like they both want the same things. I feel like I will not be surprised if we see them in this season together.
So let me ask you this. I can possibly see what Sharice wants in Maurice, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does Maurice want in Sharice?
You don't think that Sharice is not my favorite? Y'all stop that. Stop it.
Thank you, y'all. Thank you.
No, that's not my favorite. I don't have a favorite.
Nothing wrong. I actually, since the interview, took a
I
liking.
don't have a favorite. I'm not. I don't have a favorite.
You do.
I don't. I said I could understand.
You done said it. It's documented. You done said it.
No, I didn't.
Oh my God.
Y'all don't send me no.
It's receipts. Y'all know, bring it up. But in any case, my thing is
my favorite. And I don't like the way she acted. I do not like the way I don't like her reactions towards Zadia at all. I'm not in agreement. I don't like that at all.
But what did he see?
I think that
see how long it's taking you? Let me get to the point.
I think that he's attracted to her.
I think he's doing, I hate to say this, but he might be doing it just to stay on the show. Damn it, I said it.
You said it. I mean, it's okay to say it. It's okay. Relax. Exhale. Exhale. You don't. Okay, let me ask you this. You don't think that she's attractive? You don't think that he's attractive to her?
I think she's
attracted to him.
I think he's attracted to her. I do, but the way his actions. Forget what the actions. That's what I'm basically going on. The non-verbal. I think he's doing it. He might be doing it to stay on the show a little longer, to have a little bit more life. I honestly do. I think that's an option. Yes.
But why do you not? Okay.
Because he didn't do it the first time. First impression.
I think it's not gotten better. They both are still dry.
Get on the show. What's the lady's name?
Tamika.
She the one that brought him back.
Well, no, because Sharice said that he had been calling her every day and they've been talking still. Remember, she told us that.
So how come he was talking to her on the phone with the cameras off, but he wasn't talking with the cameras on?
I don't know. We have to ask Maurice these questions.
Exactly.
Let me ask you this. On these shows, couples that stay together can be considered a more hot commodity. You can do more. You can get more opportunities. It's more
profitable.
More profitable. I could see them staying together to have a potential situation. Like, look at Joy and Clifton. Well, you don't know Joy and Clifton. There was a couple from Ready to Love that stayed together. They got married. Then they got on another show. They're on a whole nother show. I think everybody on reality TV is trying to figure out how they can stay on reality TV.
So it's a business transaction.
I mean, a lot of relationships, people are trying to get relationship goals. I've had guys tell me they wanted to be with somebody that was a power couple. They thought that they could be a power couple with me. Back when I was doing PR at a high level. Hey, be a power couple.
when I was doing whatever I was doing,
music,
whatever I was doing, this chick told me, she was like, yo, we can be a power couple. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, like Jay-Z and Beyonce. I was like, okay, so I understand I would be the Jay-Z character in this. And you would be man, she got so you ain't
you said that to her?
You don't think I'm a Beyonce? I'm like, well, you ain't no Jay-Z. I was like, well, listen, I'm way better looking than Jay-Z. I know that for a fact. But man, that girl never called me.
Why would you say that to her? Because you be trolling, Mo.
I do, but she pissed me off because you wasn't basing it on how I felt about you. You was basing.
I used to get mad when guys say that too.
On title. Like, I don't want to be with you based on the title. I want to be with you based on you.
I had a guy tell me that, and he was a whole nurse.
You know what? I remember you told me that. Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah.
You are a nurse, sir.
First of all, being a nurse.
No. Nothing's wrong with being a nurse. But I was at that time, I was an entertainment publicist with all these high level clients. And he's telling me that I need him because we could be a power couple and he's a nurse.
You can't be a power couple with the head nurse.
Then he was switching his career to being a real estate agent and needed client. I was like, anyway, no. And I didn't want to be a power couple. I wanted to fall in love. I wanted to have a best friend. I wanted to really feel it.
Thank you. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You know what, Kiki, you have me hilarious. You have me dying today. Well, we got to get off here, but we're gonna be back tomorrow. That's why we can get off now because we're back tomorrow. Back tomorrow, we're gonna be talking about. I like that, Sharon. Let's be a healthy couple. Let's just be each other's best friends.
Thank you.
Let's have each other's back. Let's be each other's life partners.
That's all I want.
Life is hard. It's hard. It's easier to go through it with somebody. But yeah, we're gonna be back tomorrow, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, and we're gonna be just the two of us, so we can really get to it.
There it is.
And tomorrow we should have some answers. On what's going on.
I have a lot of answers.
Yeah.
Because we're down to it now. So I mean,
yeah, we don't have nowhere else to go. Else to go. I don't want to see Kirsten. I don't want to see Kirsten, Ashley. I hope that he is gone.
Union.
I hope that he's gone. But all right, well, have a good night. You guys get some rest. Because tomorrow night we on here at 10. We may go late because there's going to be a lot going on.
There you go.
All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night.
Be easy.